All right, peace and black power, folks. We're back in the Mecca of Harlem, 125th Street, and we have some brothers that you've seen in many different formats on many different platforms. They're here to, again, share their wisdom, their insights. We have a brother, we're going to start calling him a New Yorker. Brother Sonjedi be rolling through here as often as he does, but he's going to break off some things. So without any further ado, brothers, we see the condition the world is in. We see the needs our people have. How can we address some of these concerns, and what are some of your thoughts? Brother Sonjedi first, and we come back to my good brother.
Okay, well, first you have to be able to identify the problem, okay? So, and remember, science, right? Science is moved by a problem and a question. So then the next step will be, well, okay, now how do I overcome this, all right? Then from there, you can ask, well, who has dealt with this problem before? Have they failed? Have they overcome it? What are the steps that they took? And even if they did overcome it to a point, and can you adapt that to what's going on right now into the environment? Right. Or if they failed and made an attempt, what were the steps that got them to a certain point? Where did it go wrong? How can you address that and overcome it? Right? So that's how you approach issues. Okay?
Because everything is like, how will you benefit from it? Because you're looking at examining it to get better at it and not stumble over that problem again.
Yeah. And again, in even terms like examine, study, research, most people are using those terms very loosely. Okay? You can read something, doesn't mean that you fully comprehend. It doesn't mean that. When people say, yeah, I researched this, such and such, right? Well, research has steps. Research, you come with a research question, okay? You have to study the topic, right? What other authors, groups, institutions have dealt with this topic, right? You have to read all of that. And then from there, you have to come like with a thesis statement. Okay, you have to put things through a test and a retest, etc. You have to go through peer review. That's research, not reading. I can read a book, doesn't mean I researched the topic. You just read a book. Now, when you read 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books on that topic, now you're learned on the topic. Now, what is your question? What are you looking for? Because remember, it's research. You're searching for something, which means that you have to educate yourself in that field first before you come out and say, I have a conclusion. This is what I think. Okay? Before that, you just have an opinion. There's an opinion and there's informed knowledge. Okay? So I think something, I feel something, but then you have informed knowledge. So someone could say, hey, melanin gives us the power to, jump over cars. Okay? All right. How did you come to that conclusion? See? So I might have a video. Okay, that's not research. You just looked at a video. Did you see it from all angles? Like some of us did. Seen it from the other angle, where people jumped on trampolines. So that's another topic. Okay, that's another topic. So if you want to prove that, what is the function of melanin? Okay? Who possesses it? What kind of organisms? What is the function of it? All those things have to be understood. See?
Is this still on a question?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
So, you want
to segue from that, or add, or even right before, I'm gonna bring this one to you, but hold on to your answer as well. Research, I've always respected the layers and some of the complexities of research. But let's say we're moving to a situation where our people are going to have to acquire a certain amount of survival knowledge in a relatively rapid period of time. So this may not be thorough cross-checking and verifying in 7 to 8 different sources. If a brother or sister had to get up to speed on something related to civil unrest or related to a collapsing economy, is there a quicker version where they can immediately get knowledge, and what sources would you send them to? So I'm going to bring you in, but I definitely want you to answer that because you introduced research.
I'm trying to actually get a school for that, but it's not a school, it's land. I want to get land where people and children could come out, learn how to build their own homes from the beginning stages, like from the lumber, the trees, the different metals. Knowing that, I want people to come out there, learn how to make levers and different things from the animal hide, the cotton, and just teach people everything from the beginning stages. So that's one way you could deal with like if something tragic happened out the blue. People could survive if you have knowledge on how to build,
Right.
Feed yourself, clothe yourself. We don't have that knowledge. They don't teach you that in school. They teach you how to count. So it's like slave
Can that
shit.
be learned rapidly though? How quickly
What?
can that knowledge be acquired?
You can learn
to yourself outside.
Well, a person could build a shelter on their own. Like you don't really have to be a genius.
That would be waterproof. That would be warm. That would be able to.
Well, you will learn as you go, of course.
Okay.
This is how
and I'm
ancient
gonna bring
people
you back
learn.
in, but how quickly? Because if things collapse, now the best is to be prepared. To be.
That's what I was saying the schooling is for. I want to answer your question too when you asked him, what can we do to fix the problems we have today? I think everybody got to learn knowledge of self and deal with they self. Because all our problems come from people doing things to other people. So the more we keep trying to control the masses, you're not getting nowhere. Everybody got to deal with they self, learn how to balance themselves out, and begin to ask themselves questions like, was I fair when I dealt with this brother? Was I fair? And move forward, repeatedly bettering yourself in your balance. And that's how people gonna change the world. When everybody change themselves individually, the world will change.
The man in the mirror. And Brother Sonjedi, want to go back to how can we accelerate that process when we're in a situation where we have to get knowledge rapidly?
Okay, so you have to have models. Okay, because a lot of people are doing things without a model. And when you do things without a model, that means you don't have a framework to which to work on. It's like making a plan. Say, okay, I want to plan my day out. So when you have your plan, if you have to deviate, but you deviated from a plan, you deviated from a framework. So you say, in the middle of the day, I'm going to go to Starbucks at this time. Now, Starbucks, I'm going to go to Barnes & Noble, right? Now, after you leave Starbucks, something comes up, but you was operating off of a plan, okay? Right. Or let's just say you have, let's say, a mission, an objective of something. You need to study. You need to write a book, okay? So in the middle of you writing a book, something else comes up, so you need to add to it. But you're already working on the book.
Right. You have a structure. Because
you have a structure, just like the human body. Okay? You have a frame, which is your skeleton.
Right.
Which today they call the musculoskeletal system. It's a framework for which other things can occur.
Exactly.
See, models. An African-centered model is best qualified.
Right now, remember, my question in the source: speed. So
I'm getting to that. Okay. I'm getting to that. Okay. Because if you're trying to solve an issue, okay. Remember, issue is social, problem is personal.
Can I ask you a question?
Okay. Yeah. No problem, brother. So, if you have a model that benefits someone else, right, and you get the information really fast, did you benefit yourself? But you thought you did. See what I'm saying? So if I use an African-centered model, which is meant to benefit me, then I can get those results quicker, right? But see, the objective really shouldn't be speed. See? Because see, when you move slow, let's just say when you're walking down the street, I can see more detail.
Right.
And acquire more information. But if I drive down really fast, I'm not going to be able to catch all the information or details that's needed to describe or lay out a ground plan of what this street is. Right. What's here, what's going on.
Right. And then maybe let me clarify. And then the question coming right in. Speed is definitely not ideal. But if this dollar collapses, if civil unrest breaks out, so that's why I put the speed option, because we got brothers and sisters that's still not prepared. Even with all this conscious information in these platforms, there's brothers and sisters that's still caught up in the matrix. So they may have, when they finally, we don't want them to have to smell the gas as they're first like, whoa, they are for real. We want to have something that for those who can't be saved to rapidly put in place to at least survive the onslaught. And you've been patient, brother, and bring you in.
I want to ask you this question, but I don't want you to take offense. Now, when he asked you a simple question, it took you so long to answer it. Why is that? And I'm not trying to be funny, because I see this happen a lot, and I don't get it. Simple question, why did it take so long to answer it?
Okay, simple. One, all this is not planned. All right?
For me either.
Okay. So when he asked me questions that we didn't have a conversation before, right?
But it's just conscious. It don't.
I understand.
Conscious shouldn't be planned. You should just know.
Okay, I understand. Okay. So I'm processing information in my head as I'm answering this question. And then as I'm answering it, I might think of something in the middle of that. And I'm like, let me use that. Let me use that. So it might take long for you. It may take long for someone else. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm not offended by your question because you may be looking for something really fast.
Not fast, but it's just, you took a long time.
And you know what? And I'm okay.
He asked you 2 questions and we done ran about 20 minutes probably.
Well, actually,
that's long.
Okay, actually, we didn't run 20 minutes, but I'm okay with that. So I don't mind you asking why it takes so long, because that means that the attention span that you're utilizing at this moment, not saying you utilize it all the time, I don't know, right? At this moment, you're looking for something in a shorter span. Is that right?
It's like now. It's just a simple question, and I'm not really getting the answer. But you're saying a lot, but I still not get the answer. Why does it take you so long to answer a question?
Okay. Well, I actually just told you. Now, hold on. Did you feel as though I took too long?
The position I'm in interviewer. I'm an interviewer, so I want to give you enough room. I was following you, and I think you were, out of respect for the question, you were giving layers. And like you said, the model. And then you said, okay, the model has to be in play. You were setting up, and even I jumped in a few times, and I was like, okay, we want to get back to speed. So I think your method was one that it's let me lay the foundation, let me put the first floor, the second floor, and I think sometimes folks want to get right to the third or fourth floor.
What was he saying? What did you get out of it? And this is how we're going to see if the way he break down the question, if it's good. Because you should be able to explain what his point was quickly.
Okay,
what was he saying?
The gist I got of it, especially when you went to "We need to be African-centered," your thrust seemed to be the quality of information, where it was going to come from, and what the stages were in advancing along it. And again, right from the beginning, I was on speed. So that all that is wonderful on the ideal situation. I had no problems with it, but it did kind of not address the main thing. I said right off the top, I said, brothers got to get this quickly under conditions that are not ideal. What systems, where could we go? Well, we had 10,000 brothers and sisters, like in a Katrina situation. If we could get them out, where could we bring them up to speed quick to maybe have to live outside for a month or two until we get, really survivalistic stuff.
When you're free, you don't have to rush.
No, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Now, had you asked me specifically, Katrina situation, I would have
any survival situation. I just mentioned Katrina as one.
And then you mentioned then you used the word economics. Correct?
Right. This dollar collapsing.
Okay. Now, because people use other models, okay, quickly, but we don't get the results for us because we're looking for things too quick, right? See, I'm a turtle. You have people who are rabbits. Go ahead, be a rabbit. I'm fine with that. But you're not going to be the first over the finish line because you're still running. Or you fell asleep because you thought you was going to beat me, right? But I'm still moving. I'm collecting more information while you sleep because you thought that I was going so slow and your attention span was not adequate enough because you didn't have enough information or discipline to follow what I was saying. Okay. So if I gave the answer quick, right, and this is not towards you specifically, because I've had that statement to me before. If I got straight to the point, right, to where you think you understand something, right, you fail down the line. We got to repeat the whole thing over because you didn't take the time or discipline to pay attention the first time.
Okay,
so
now
I'm going to take 20 minutes to say what I need to say because you want 5 minutes. Okay, but the issues and problems. This is thousands of years in the making, so you want me to do this in 5 minutes?
Now this is a problem, but let's take the burning house analogy. You in a burning house.
Okay.
Now, you could go through them, get the photo album, let me check on the pet, or is a person smoke heading for that exit the person that's going to most likely survive that encounter? So again, when the situation is ideal, methodical, steady, slow, absorbing, that I get. But if doo-doo coming down the pike right now, martial law in effect, well, we got to get our people on code quickly. So I am kind of thinking about speed. It's not ideal. This ain't the best way to learn. Ain't the best way to absorb. But if we're in a situation where we got to bark out some commands to our folks just to snap them out of the shock and get them moving in the direction. So that's what I'm kind of trying to get feedback. And I'm not just asking you all, I'm brothers and sisters. I'm trying to say, in emergency situations, could you be of use? And that tends to have speed. Emergencies, ambulance coming through here, they not cruising. They coming through here trying to get this emergency situation to the help. Okay. So that's what I'm dealing with.
Okay, burn the house.
And then I bring you back in.
Burn the house. Where are you in the house? This might take too long, but hey.
In the living room.
You're in the living room.
Yeah.
Now, where's the fire? Where's the smoke coming from?
All around me.
Okay. Where's the fire coming from?
I can't tell. The smoke is dark and black, but I'm hot.
But hold on. You need to know that.
What?
Where the fire's coming from.
True.
You just need to get out the house.
Okay.
No, that has truth to it too.
You just need to get out the house. That's it.
Okay.
Now we're gonna switch this up real quick, right? What I would like for my brother Sonjedi to do, because he come all the way from Philadelphia. I mean, is that where you at? You still there?
Yes.
Okay, my brother, give us something. What's going on, man? What's going on new with the Arm and Raw Squad, with yourself personally? Let's talk about that. What you got coming up?
Okay, so I was sharing with the brother. I'm working on a book right now. There's a lot of glyphs on it. It's going to be based on the ancient texts. Okay, I'm not going to go into the detail, but that's what I'm working on. It should be done by December, and then from there, we're going to go into the publishing. So that's what I'm doing. I got classes coming up in metal nature coming up next year. All right, everybody's working on various projects, so we're working it out.
Can I ask you a question about the metal netter?
All right, hold on. Let you get it. There you go. Good question.
All right,
Good answer.
is that quick enough? Okay.
Hey, I actually like that. That was good.
Okay.
That was real.
So now, what's the next question? Because this is not meant to pay the bills.
Okay.
You're paying me for the book.
There you go. It's just to what? Give you some information that we don't know about. Okay?
Give you some information that you may not know about, because I'm not going to assume that you don't know. Okay? And it's taking ancient wisdom and showing you how to apply it today, if you would like to use it that way.
Okay. Now for you, my brother, how you pronounce your name? Solace?
Solace.
Solace. Okay. My brother Solace. I would like for you to revisit the questions that you had, or the statements that you was making last week. Very powerful. The people was loving it. Some people was losing it. And you can bring it in and bring in the brother Sonjedi, and you can probably get a conversation on that. As far as if everybody came from one woman, that one right there, that was powerful.
All right, I was basically, they was talking about original man, how everybody come from, how the first group of people came from Africa and migrated out. And I said, how can you get other races if it was just one race? Even if people migrated from Africa to North America, they would still be African.
Okay.
So how do you get other races from original man?
What's the short answer or the long answer?
Answer.
Environment.
Long answer,
It's a simple question. It should be a 2-second answer. Okay. It's actually a question that can't be answered, but...
Okay. All questions can be answered.
Not that one.
Yes, it can. All right. So it's simple. Environmental and genetic change.
That's not true.
It is. Oh, but I did this in. Hold on.
There's Africans in Canada.
Hold on.
Whole different climate. They still Africans. They still look the same. So we can't use environment and say environment changes a person, because environment changes no one. You still look the same way you always did.
Excellent. Now, you were going very fast. Did you hear the second thing I said?
What was the second thing? You said environment.
What else? What else?
Climate, something like that?
So, this proves my point. You were going so fast that
I answered the main part of your response, which was the environment. Changed them.
Okay. Well, you answered. Well, I didn't answer your question.
Say it again, then.
Okay. So that's my point.
Don't cut him off. Let him go in and go in.
Again, going so fast.
It's not that. It's that if you start off wrong, what's the point of hearing the rest? If you say environment can change a person and that's wrong, what's the point? That's like if I say 2 + 2 is 8 and then I go to break it down, it's like, for what? You got to stop them there and let them know 2 + 2 is 4. Now start right.
Did you hear what I said? Environment and genetic change. You didn't hear the second part.
I heard
everyone else did.
What do environment and genetic change got to do?
Okay. So the environment can stimulate change. Okay, that's fine. Genetic change also occurs. Okay.
Prove this in life. So give me an example in life where people go from one place to another and then they look different. Just one example in life and you good to go. Because I gave you one. People live in Africa. They moved to Canada. They moved everywhere in life. But they still Africans. This is why we call them Africans. And they still look like Africans. So why didn't it affect them?
How long were they there?
As long as Africans was on the planet, Africans been everywhere.
Let me.
And you know that's
Now,
there was people on every continent of this planet from day one.
Okay, hold on. Hold on.
Now explain to me why you would think it was. Why would you think that black people just started in one place?
Okay.
Why is that the consumption? Why?
All right. Do you have a little bit more, or okay?
I'm answering him.
Okay.
I want him to answer.
All right. So this proves my point earlier, because again,
You coming off the question. I like to stay with the question.
no, because see, remember earlier I said.
A person's pigment is only gonna go but so much. So I'm only gonna get but this dark. Like my chest is lighter.
right.
My chest is lighter. When the
Why
summertime
is your chest
come,
lighter?
cause my chest ain't getting no sun. But my point is this: my chest is my normal color, and the sun makes me slightly darker. But it goes back.
your normal
but
color.
it goes.
Cover it up.
Listen,
Were you born with the shirt?
My normal complexion is the complexion of my chest. It's summertime, so the exposed parts of me get darker. But I still look the same. I'm still melanated. I'm not gonna turn white. I'm still me.
So-
now an African may get a little lighter, but he's still gonna look like an African. An African's not gonna, he's not never gonna be my complexion no matter where you take him.
Okay, I think I got your point. So I think you answered your own question about the change. You just
A
said
tan
it.
is a change? Y'all basically telling me a tan is a change.
No, you said that. I didn't say that. You just said it.
How I said that?
Did I say that?
No.
Did he say it?
Yes.
Okay.
You didn't bring up
No, hold on. Wait a minute.
Africans in France?
Hold on.
We wasn't talking about the complexion of people changing?
Wait a minute, hold on.
So why y'all confused?
Stay with me. I'm not confused. You answered your own question. Okay.
What was my question?
Okay. The tanning, you brought that up. I didn't bring it up. You said that.
I brought
right?
that up answering a question about the complexion of people changing.
I mean, yeah, I know that because I was standing next to you when you said it.
All right.
I understand that. Okay. So you just explained change in life because you asked me that question. Is that correct? Yes.
A tan is not a change. I'm still the same.
Let's go back. Hold on. Did you ask me? The answer is going to be yes. But did you ask me for an example in life of the change? Yes or no? Because you did ask. You did ask.
I asked you to give me a life example of a person changing from one nationality to another.
Well, the nationality.
One genetic, because nationality is
Yeah, that's
nationality.
different, okay.
But their genetics changing, going from black to white.
In one lifetime.
And as long as you want to say,
Okay, it takes thousands of years.
that's not true. Give me an example of a person that was brought somewhere different and their whole genetic makeup changed.
Okay,
I've
so
never seen a black person turn Caucasian.
okay, so
Ever heard of this in history of life?
okay, so you're changing the question now.
I'm not. You follow me, right? I'm not saying you lost. I'm not saying nothing
No,
confusing.
that's because I'm listening to the details to the words you're saying specifically. Okay, you're making some changes now.
I'm basically saying this. A person's genetic makeup is not never going to change. If life started with one original man in Africa and they migrated out to all other places, they would be Africans on every continent. It wouldn't be other people on every continent. This is common third grade sense. So now when you come along and you say, no, climate could change a person. I've never seen climate make a black person white or Chinese. This is retarded talk.
Okay. All right. Now, first you said a person, like my brother right here. Again, you have to pay attention to the words. No, hold
So
on.
we could talk about the whole lineage of a person. Whatever you
The whole
want to
lineage
say.
of a person,
The
and this
lineage,
is what I'm saying.
Like back-to-back person, my child, they children. You can go as far as you want.
Okay.
I've never seen a person change. How I'm gonna have a white child if
Okay.
there ain't no white person
Oh, okay,
around?
understand. Listen. You're going so fast in your head Okay? You're not even using words correctly.
You're not even answering the question.
Because you're not asking a proper question in the first place.
My
because
question is, how can a person change from climate?
Okay, brother.
He's not going to never answer the question. This is my point. Just answer the question.
Okay, because hold on. Let's focus for a second, if you don't mind, brother. Because this is an issue that we always have and see this all the time. You're not understanding the topic to even ask the question properly.
The topic is my topic. He asked me to go into a topic I brought up last week. You're completely lost on the conversation. This is my topic. He asked me in the beginning. Everybody's watching. They seen him say, Solace, bring up what you said last week.
Okay, about a group of people or a person. People, person, which one? Which one are you talking about? People or person?
It don't matter.
It does matter.
Name to me when a person or a group of people over time.
Which one?
You see, I'm breaking it down.
No. Is there bro, hold on. Wait.
Saying a person.
I'm saying a person.
A person means one. People is a group. Pick one.
Can you listen?
I'm listening to you. That's why I'm picking.
A person or a group of people is the same.
No.
So whichever one you want to use, if you want to use one man's lifespan or you want to use the whole lifespan of that race, explain to me where climate change their genetic makeup. Simple.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask the question for you. Okay.
Answer the question. Everybody did it.
No, you know,
He's avoiding the question. It's deep. He's avoiding the question because he don't have the answers, and it's a deep thing. This always happens.
And you know what, bro? And this is the same thing that happens all the time because you're not focused and you're moving too fast because everybody wants to everybody wants to microwave scholarship. Okay, and I'm okay with that.
Answer.
Now a group of
Yo, son,
to my
still
elders,
ain't
please.
answer the question.
Okay. So to a group of people, all right, it happens over thousands of years of genetic change by environment.
When did this happen in life?
What life? An individual?
He's not explaining. He's saying stuff, but he's not telling me.
Yo, check it out.
When was this recorded?
Don't listen. We try to get into a building.
Okay. All right. So over time, a group of people can change. One person. Hold on. But let me. I'm about to agree with you. It cannot happen in one lifetime with one person. It can't happen.
It can't happen over a large span of a nation's history.
Okay. Then, if it doesn't happen over long periods of time, like thousands of years, tens of thousands of years, all right, how does it occur?
How does what occur?
The change. How does change occur?
The change occurred because life didn't start with one group of people. You had people on every continent. And as those people migrated from their place, they meet up and people intermingle. And then you get more races out of the races that it started with.
Okay, so now you're talking about like...
I'm talking about common sense.
Hold on. Homo sapiens, Neanderthals, these different types of humans. Is that what you're talking about?
It's not a fact that that these Neanderthals and Homo sapiens are even human. Because a lot of them look like monkeys. And then y'all say they're humans. Like Lucy. I seen the brother make a point with Lucy and say, oh, look at the evolution of Lucy. Lucy's a monkey.
Okay, actually, no. Dick and Nish.
You got pictures of Lucy. It's a goddamn monkey.
Okay. One, it's... first of all, the name would be Dick and Nish. Let's give respect to the human ancestors.
Got pictures of the skull. It's an ape skull.
Okay, all right. And apes are related to humans.
They related to you, not me.
Okay, they're related.
Yeah, because they living beings. Everything on this planet is connected in some way or not. So they got 98% of DNA that we have. But DNA is a tricky thing because 1% is a lot. It's a lot. 1% is a lot.
Let's do this. Okay, hold on. Let's change the topic.
Okay, yes.
Brother, check this out. You know what? Watch this. My brother.
It's like
my brother.
percentage.
Hold on.
But that's a lot.
Family. Let's focus. Hold on. Look my way for a second, if you don't mind, bro. Just look my way, bro. That is good. Thanks. All right. So, how about this? Because see, we're gonna go back and forth all night. Brother, you win the argument. Because you know what? Because I don't have nothing to prove. So we can change the topic. And does that mean I concede? No, it doesn't. But see, I really want to build this, brother. Okay? So we can change the topic.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I ask you something?
go for it.
All right. I teach people that this is hell that we live in. Literal hell. Now, when you're dealing with the Lucifer story, we all heard it. We don't know where the story come from, but it's in every culture. It's not just a Christian thing. It's in every culture, the story of fallen angels and all of this. Now, when you're dealing with the Bible, it say in the beginning, God started off in the dark void, bottomless pit. Right?
All right.
Now, Lucifer was cast into the dark, voided, bottomless pit. And then the Bible start off and it say in the beginning it was dark and void. So why was God in the darkness? By himself. Like how Lucifer was.
Okay. You can ask our Hebrew brothers that question because I'm not a Christian. Okay.
Well, why do you think?
I'm not a Christian. I'm
Why
not a
do
Hebrew
you
Israelite.
think? Why do you think? Because it's not just a Christian thing.
No, it's not. Okay, so you got I like to call it the Abrahamic traditions. Okay, so Christianity, Christianity, Judaism, Islam. All right? Of course, and those are not the only three. All right, because you have others who follow John the Baptist out in Western Asia, etc. Okay, so are you implying that this being Lucifer or Lucifer, okay, which is really a star, which actually represents the second feminine?
A star is a living being.
I agree with you on that, okay? Because we can come from stardust. Are we on the same page with that?
No, a star is just living life on a solar level. So all life is within life. I got billions of microcells in me. My body is the universe to all those different microcells. As above, so below. So we billions of microcells here within the solar. And that solar body is the being. And the planets and things like this, the organs, and your perspective is from inside, within.
Okay.
So the micro life within me, they see me from within. They don't see me like how you see me.
Okay, all right. So we're going to go to the book of Revelation, right? So book of Revelation talks about Lucifer, right? And Lucifer being cast down, right? All right, and he was what? In the darkness, correct?
Right.
Okay, now you go back to Genesis or Bereshith, okay? In the beginning, was God, right?
Darkness.
Right, and it was darkness. So in verse 2, it says that the Spirit of God, right, moved upon the face of the deep, etc., right? All right, so how is it that evil existed with good in the darkness? Is that kind of where you're going?
No. What I'm saying is the devil was cast into darkness. Now Christians believe in God, and God started in that same darkness. Grasp. They worship in the devil.
Okay.
The devil was cast into darkness, right?
Wait, hold on.
Then when you read the beginning, the devil was cast into the bottomless. Forget all that. The devil was cast into the bottomless pit.
From
This is darkness. Forget that. None of them matter. He was cast. Why? It doesn't matter to what I'm saying.
Okay, all right, good.
The devil was cast into the bottomless pit, which is empty, dark space.
Okay.
The Bible starts off explaining how God started from that same place.
Okay, gotcha.
So wouldn't God and the devil, wouldn't y'all be worshiping the devil? Like common sense if you were Christian?
I wouldn't necessarily, I wouldn't exactly.
The Bible's telling you the beginning of how Lucifer, the Bible is telling you what happened to Lucifer after he was cast away.
Okay, now, was the earth created before or after he was cast?
After.
He was cast into darkness after the earth was created.
Who, Lucifer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, now, was man created before Lucifer?
No. Lucifer is man, it's all beings.
Okay, so Lucifer, which is the light? Lucifer, which is the light?
I'm a man, I have micro life in me. When I bust a nut, those are spirits, and they're gonna get egg cells, which is bodies, and they're gonna come out and look me in my face. Those same micro spirits.
Okay, understood. So
you become what you came out of. You live within the solar system, you will be born out of that solar system to look at it.
Okay, so
does that
mean that we worship Lucifer because we all come from darkness?
I'm saying we all in hell.
Which is darkness.
Yeah, your body is darkness and your spirit is the light, trapped in that dark state, that greedy, wanting all physical things you can have. This is what corrupts a person, the physical desires.
Okay. So
you ignore your morality for what you want.
Okay, so are we inherently evil?
Everybody's evil, just look around you.
Okay, now, in an African-centered perspective, because that's a perspective, and I respect your perspective.
That's a reality. The sun sets It's the same Lucifer story.
Okay.
You look up at night, you see the stars in the void.
Okay, so
Empty, dark,
all right.
black
So
space.
let me explain what I'm going to explain. All right, so I respect your perspective, but in an African-centered perspective, okay, male and female are born. We're born good because we are of the Creator. Okay. No, hold on. That is your perspective.
What creator?
Okay.
You believe in one all creator?
It could be one. It could be many. Okay. Depends on the cosmology that you're using.
Well,
right?
which one do you believe in? One or many?
Okay. So in Kemet, if you don't mind, I'm using that. You can have what's called Wanute. Wanute, which is a term meaning the one God, as you might understand it. But this is qualitative, not quantitative. Right? Do you follow me? It's a title. All right? Where in the Abrahamic tradition, they turned it to quantitative because they misunderstood the teaching. Okay, but in the African-centered perspective, okay, you are not born evil. The physical body is not evil because the physical body is a manifestation of the Creator. Okay.
Let me say one quick thing.
Okay.
Because food is evil.
Okay.
The moment a baby eats, that's life.
And you know what? Check this out. And you know what? And I'll be honest with you, since we've been honest with each other, I feel sorry that you feel that way about yourself. And you know
what?
That as soon as a baby is born and starts eating, you're evil. I feel sorry for it. You know, brother, I feel
Food
sorry
is
for
life.
you. Okay.
Living life. All food is living life that we eat.
Okay.
But we go to the supermarket, so y'all lose complete sense of that.
Okay, hold on. You just said that we're evil. Yes? With the physical body. Did
The
you not just say that?
desires of a person,
Okay.
physical body, the needs of the physical body is evil.
The needs of the physical body is evil.
You want to take it down?
Okay, so who
Are evil.
okay,
I know y'all like to be evil.
no, that's fine. I won't nitpick on that. Okay.
I
So
don't
what
got
I'm saying
time for
is,
the goofy
I
shit.
feel sorry that you feel that way about yourself, saying that the needs of the physical body, you need carbon, you need water, you need these things. But these things.
But I didn't say you didn't need them.
hold
I
on.
said the desire
hold on.
for it is evil.
Desire.
You don't keep track of how much you eat and say, "Oh, that's living life I'm eating right now."
But that's not
you
the
just
topic.
eat till you full.
Okay, hold on. That's not the topic. Okay.
That is the
you
topic.
Said, hold on. You said that
I
the
said
desire.
you're not letting me answer. All physical things are evil. A person.
All physical things are evil.
The moment a person is born.
The moment a person is
can
born.
I talk, brother? The moment
go
a person is born, they're evil.
You're born evil.
The desires and needs of a physical person from the moment they're born takes away from the life. So I have to eat. You have to eat. This means we have to fish, kill something, hunt, kill something, pick vegetation up out the ground, kill it. So your desires, your needs, your physical needs are evil. You can't sustain yourself unless you kill the next thing.
Okay.
I'm not saying evil in the sense of
Then use a different word.
it's evil in the sense that we think for self. So if you wasn't yourself and you didn't need to eat, you would say it was evil. But being as though you need to eat, then you like, nah, brother, it's not truly evil, but it is. Because you could starve and die, but you won't kill a motherfucking plant. So that's my point.
Okay.
It's
All
evil.
right, let's put that.
Plants don't kill people.
All right, let's put the African-centered perspective in here. Okay. Now, life is not evil. Okay. When a baby, when a baby comes out the womb, right? You're saying the desire to eat is evil.
I'm saying all the physical needs are evil because they are life sustains and so forth life.
Okay, I got you. Okay, so evil is dictated by action. Tell me what action did the baby do that you consider evil?
It consumes living life.
It's supposed to.
It doesn't have to. It could die instead of killing the life.
Okay.
You keep ignoring that part.
So no, hold
You
on.
don't gotta kill an apple.
Hold on. Okay, now watch this. Okay, now the baby eating. Okay, so
You
when
chose that.
Watch
you
this.
could have died and let yourself die instead of the apple.
So when the mother is feeding the baby through the breast, that's evil because the baby didn't kill anything. The baby got the food, got nourishment from the
I
breast.
didn't kill no food when I went to the supermarket, but the life is dying, so you can't act like you retarded and be like, well, I didn't do it.
About the baby and the mother.
Microcells is live in life.
Is that
Anything
evil?
you eat is life. Y'all don't understand science.
Well, how about this?
Microcells is in breast milk. This is living life.
Okay, I
The
got
life
that.
sustains the life.
So
You're not getting around that.
And you know what? Yes, life does sustain.
So
life.
when you eat, you're killing living life.
Okay, because it's part of the cycle of life.
It don't matter if it's a part of the cycle or not. When you do it, it's evil.
All right,
But you have to do that evil.
All right,
so
we're going to move on.
And you'll die yourself.
You know, and I feel sorry that you had that perspective about life.
But it's reality.
What's
Vegetation
reality?
is not living
evil?
life.
That is evil.
You're only saying it's not evil because you ain't the one being plucked out the ground and ate.
Okay.
But if you was the flower, what would you say?
Okay.
You playing on your own perspective. That's my point. In today times we teach and we don't teach the real trueness of the life. The ancestors in Africa, they looked at every aspect of life as living life. And that's why you got all those gods as aspects of the life. No piece of the life was overlooked. You overlooking vegetation because you greedy. And this is my point. That's what the physical body did to you.
Okay, so the physical body is evil. Got you.
You're in hell, brother, and your mindset shows it. Because you literally sat here and said, eating living life ain't evil.
No,
but if I come and kill you right now, what you gonna say? And I eat you.
That's if you can.
Okay, and let me chime in with this. Now I'm hearing your term evil. Now let's try to look at it from this because form matter cannot be created or destroyed. We all matter.
Matter is destroyed.
Destroyed or transformed.
It's transformed, but it's still destroyed. That's the process of
okay. Well,
the beginnings.
okay. I don't want to.
Physical body is matter, so this dies. Energy within the physical matter.
Well, you do agree that it's transformed.
Bodies become the organs within the bodies. They become diamonds and different stones and
right. So it changes form. It transforms. So you do agree with that.
But it died first. It decayed and
okay.
It died.
Well, I started with matter cannot be created or destroyed. Do you all agree with that?
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Matter is created.
How is matter created?
Because everything that you see, a conscious being thought of it and then they made it. So you wouldn't have nothing.
A human being, somebody thought of and made.
A human being is the conscious.
Okay, somebody thought of it and made it.
The human being is the conscious.
Got it.
The life that put it to you simple as this: the life that we live, everything you see, this is the conscious of somebody. Mm-hmm. Every physical thing you see, every physical thing you live, this was somebody's conscious, and they manifested it by creating it. How you see it.
Okay.
So now, even the world is a conscious of a person.
But for me to create is go from nothing to something. When you create, you had nothing, now you have something. Yeah. So all right. Well, anyway, the thing I wanted to say, when you said, okay, you choose to eat, that's your choice. You can just die. Mm-hmm. Now, the number one law of nature is self-preservation. So that's a universal law.
That's a law that man made.
Okay. Well, let me give you the example that you didn't properly address. I think when Brother Sonjedi presented it, an infant is born with the instinct to
die and not do nothing.
No, that's not my point, brother. Brother, that's not brother. Allow me to finish. Brother, that's not the point that I was. Okay, guys, that's a different point. Can I present my point? Okay.
They weigh instantly to the breast milk to survive.
Good. Now, can you puppies calm down a second and let me finish my point? Now, there is an instinct. There's an instinct. An infant doesn't know. ABC doesn't. Brother, can I? Which I get, brother. Which I get. Can I finish the point? Thank you. An instinct has the snuckle, the lips. Once they touch the breast, it's an instinct. They're not thinking about it. Okay, now we're off into going down a rabbit hole. But I'm saying, but the instinct.
It wouldn't grab the titty. It wouldn't go find food. It would just die.
All right, let me finish with this, and I'll pass it back to you all. The only point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, you're taught to be a priest.
Okay.
I taught my children how to eat.
Now, brothers, can I finish my point so we can have an organized discussion? Okay, brother, I'm gonna finish the point. Okay, great. All right, let's have some more. I'm gonna finish it with this: the instinct to live. Can't just. All right, then why not? Okay, brother. Okay, can I hold my breath until I die? If I want to commit, why not just hold my breath until I die? I'll be forced to breathe. Because it's an instinct. It's not because I don't want to do anything. I want is consciousness. I want to walk across the street. I'm gonna walk across the street. You can't hold your breath until you die, brother. That's your brother. You're going out a little on the far end. And I will let it go on that.
Why can't you? Why can't you hold your breath till you die?
I haven't seen anybody in history.
Because don't nobody want to die.
People commit suicide every day.
But they don't do it that way. But they could.
See, that's it. You jump on the first thing. Nobody want to die. Then I told you people, but not that way. So you're moving. It's a moving target, brother.
It's not a moving target. It's a simple thing.
But the statement you made is
People
nobody wants to die.
commit suicide the way they want.
But the
Now, as far
statement you
as
made
far as
before
people
that
holding their
was
breath,
people don't wanna
people
die.
don't want to die that way. Let's
Ask
say.
him the question. We're gonna cut this one off. Come on, ask the question. Go ahead.
I asked him what about Kemet. How does the Pan-African movement make sense? Being as though Africa, that's a Kemet question because it's got to do with Africa. I want to know how are we all from Africans?
No, that's not a committed question.
All right, you got the gods Adam, Shoot, Tefnut, Nut, Geb.
Atun. That's Atun, not Adam.
I don't care how it's pronounced. You got the god Adam, Nut.
Well, no. Remember, start off correctly. It's really simple. It's really easy, bro. Atun.
It's a deep thing, because now I'm going to break your bubble now, because you're getting beside yourself. Now, hold on, let me talk. Dialect is according to the you see how he's over-talking me? Dialect is according to the person. So, in another land, they may say two. In Baltimore, they say two. We say two. You can't tell a nigga from Baltimore don't say two that way. You can't tell me how to say Adam. It's according to my dialect.
But you speak about a dialect from a specific place.
It don't matter. When the person, when the person from China comes to America, they say our name according to their dialect. So it sounds funny to us, but that's just how they speak. So you can't say to the Chinese person, oh, you saying my name wrong. He's saying it the way his dialect and the way his tongue works. I don't speak like an African and say Atum. I say Adam. But he knows what I'm talking about.
Adam and Atum are different spellings. They're different.
Okay, so you got the god Adam, Shu, Tefnut.
Brother, ask the question.
Can I go on my build? You got Adam, Shu, Tefnut, Nut, Geb, Orsal, Set, Nephthys. And then you got Heru. Now, I said that all those gods is breaking down atoms, proton, neutron, electron, male, female, male reproductive organism, female reproductive organism, sperm cell, nut cell, the splitting of the cell, that's it, and the bringing forth of the physical being, that's Nephthys, the developing part. And Heru is the physical manifestation of the sperm, or saw.
Okay.
Now, why y'all don't teach that?
Who doesn't?
You teach that?
Yes.
When? I never seen you say that.
Does that require for you to see it?
You have any videos? Anybody ever heard you say this?
Well, I've said it to people, yes. But do I have video? Maybe not.
Go in on it now. Break it down. Go in on it now.
Yeah, break it down to me.
Okay.
I've never heard anyone break it down. Anyone say this but me.
Okay. So, Atum, okay, because Atum and Adam are two different things.
That's
Even
but let's go.
No, even in the Kemetic languages, it's two different things. So
Speak according to my dialect as I broke down. A Spanish person gonna say my name in a funny dialect, but I know.
All right. So Atum, the term itself, it means completion. Okay. So Atum, sun deity. Okay. So you're beginning with one. So this would be like your cell. Okay. So you have one cell.
It'll be the atom.
Want me to explain?
4 cells is atoms.
Do you want to teach it?
Go ahead, brother.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So let's do atoms then. That's fine?
You supposed to know this.
No, because I don't want you cutting me off.
But you was wrong. You said cells. Cells.
I can do cells if I want to because all that are modern analogies. Okay? The ancestors were not actually thinking about the atom going to nucleus. They weren't thinking about that.
Yes, because it's Kemetic science. So they were teaching science.
Okay.
But y'all don't.
Okay. Give me a Kemetic text that explains that.
That explains what? Science?
Yes.
Explains what I broke down with the atoms.
Both.
I'll give you a perfect example.
Oh, hold on. Give me a Kemetic text, please.
I'll give you a perfect example. Mm-hmm. The definition of Shu, right? He's the god of the air. He's the god of light. Now, being as though you don't know science, so you don't know that the electron moves about in a small cloud. So Shu being the god of light in air is just to say light moving, which is basically what the electron does. Now, Shu is associated with fog. You know that, right?
No.
Now he don't know that. Well, it's everywhere, if you a Kemetic follower, that Shu is associated with fog. The electron moves about in a small cloud. So if you look at the definition of Shu, it's the same definition of an electron. If you look at Tef Nut, it's the same definition of proton-neutron. The proton-neutron is in the nucleus, which is the waters.
Definition. What's the definition?
You playing games.
No.
You can't follow. It's a deep thing. But what was I wrong on?
Let me ask you. Do you know the metal netta? Do you know how to read the metal netta?
Nobody knows how to read the metal netta. The metal netta has so many different aspects and levels to it. We only have the alphabet we have, which is like 26 letters. They were way beyond that. So how you gonna comprehend something? Who's comprehending this? Who's the stamp man at? Like, that makes no sense. A history. Hold on. A history of people. A history was.
Wear him out, man.
Yeah, we better bring him
A history was written in ancient times. A language no one knows. How did they know this language? It's that simple. If I got a language that you never heard of, how you know it?
Okay, all right.
Exactly.
Okay, right. This is stupid. I'm not doing this.
It's not.
Okay.
How do you know it?
Okay. Well, hold on. Wait a minute. What were those guys
From
you just named?
another man tells another man, oh, this is what this means, and then the man says, oh, it's been deciphered.
Wait a minute, hold on. What were
But
those
that
guys
man
that
didn't
you
live in
mentioned?
that time.
What was those Egyptian guys that you just mentioned?
The Netaru.
If they ain't been deciphered, why are you using the words? Next question. Somebody asked. That's no.
Can I answer? Can I
That's
answer?
stupid.
Can
No,
I
you
answer?
just
Can
said
I
you
answer?
just said netter.
Can
but
I answer the question? You
no,
said, how do I know if it's not been deciphered?
Hold on.
Now you
Okay.
playing games.
Okay. Because
That's the shit I'm talking about.
okay.
How you going to ask me something then don't let me answer?
You know what?
He just asked me a
because
question.
you-
He holding the mic like, nah, you can't answer it.
You know, because
I know you that
what I'm
good.
on. You first off, you
One Kemetic text.
okay. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. And you know what? Watch this. This proves the first point I made.
When are you gonna let me answer what you asked me?
Just
Or you gonna
because
just keep
you're moving
talking?
so fast. Watch this. Remember earlier I said people move so fast, so quick that you don't get the details. You
Now,
make all
this
these
is that
mistakes.
bullshit part
Okay.
of the shit.
All right.
I just gotta
Okay.
keep it 100. This
All
the
right. How about this?
bullshit
All right. How
part
about
of
this?
it.
How about let's not
Because
use.
you're not letting me answer
okay.
the question.
Okay. How about address me? All right. Address me.
How
And,
if you're
let's
not
let's
giving me
address
the
each other
mic?
with respect.
We
okay.
are,
Because
but
not
you-
once that I use
if you
profanity
holding the mic like
with
a
you.
kid, like,
so
no,
all, so
I
all
got
this
you.
all this hypeness you doing, yo, calm that down.
You're holding the mic like a kid. Like, nah, I got you.
Yeah, because you in front of the camera. Calm down, bro.
You
calm
the one
down.
acting like a child.
Calm down, brother.
Let's get to the debate. I don't got time for the goofy shit.
Yo, just
on the real level.
Let's deal with each other's ideas.
Yo, on the real level.
Let's get
I'ma
to
ask-
the,
I'ma
let's
ask you-
get to
I'ma
the
ask you to
point
calm down.
or move along.
Okay, no, I'm asking you to calm down.
Brother, I'm gonna talk how I'm talking. We could get to the point or move along.
All right, how about this? Here's the mic. You don't want it now? Okay. Because I don't.
And brothers, yeah, it would have been good if we kept a good tenor. Now the name calling was never a good way. So if brothers, if we could, well, not the name, but this is stupid. That is this. It's like that. That's never going to
Let's
lead.
be fair. Let's be fair here. If I ask another a question and then I hold a mic and be like, I got you, and don't let me answer.
Okay, you made the mic point about five times. So all right, we're past the mic point,
So we just
but the
gonna keep
names and
going?
other stuff. If we can, in the last few minutes, close this up like we do on this platform with intelligent insight being made forward. So let's just close on that. These are the wrapping up moments. So no attacks, and let's let each other finish. So who is going to start?
It's up to him.
Ask him
Okay.
a question.
Okay. All right. Well.
I'll do one more question.
Okay. The last question, and this will be a doozy, because this is what I ask about Kemet, and I appreciate the pride and our chest swells with the great legacy and the pyramids, but how is it relevant to now? I know thyself, but how does it keep us from being murdered, from having issues with finances, with housing, with gentrification? Oh, I missed the answer. So could you give a capsulized version, just that's just for me, or do you have another Kemet question?
All right, I'll answer real quick. Okay, one, all right, if you study metal detector does not keep you from being killed on the street, okay? It has nothing to do with that, okay? Just like reading any other thing doesn't keep you from getting killed. Why do we study Kemet? Because you have a model of people who were successful, all right? Remember earlier, you said you study, see who made mistakes, who didn't, right? So, in Kemet, they were invaded by a group of people called the Hikakasu coming out of Western Asia. And these were people who spoke Semitic languages, like the Canaanites, etc. Right? They were invaded, they were oppressed. And then they had a way of getting themselves out of oppression. Okay? We see the steps they took and how they were able to get the Hyksos out and get from under oppression. And after they got themselves out of oppression, which is a revolution, you have the maintenance of it, called the 18th dynasty, and then the 19th dynasty, then the 20th. So you have an example. So you have to look at what they did, because a lot of people talk about liberation, revolution, all that kind of stuff, right? But what does that look like once you get it? Because that's why you have to have models. What does it look like? If you don't know what it looks like, then how do you get there?
All right, we have a model. We know how it was. Who is implementing it today? What member, what segment of Kemet today has studied it and is implementing it to bring about our revolution today?
All right, now you talk about the ancient country, or you talk about the groups who are dealing with
some of the members in the conscious community,
in the conscious community,
or even globally. Who is repping Kemet and demonstrating this is what they did then, this is what I'm doing now, and it's impacting wherever those people are in that segment of the world. They say Kemet brought us the kind of success we have right now.
All right, hold on. Hold on. I got you. Excellent. So today,
which I take nothing from.
Am I answering the question, or?
But I'm gonna say real brief. I'll take nothing from, but it is local and it's still somewhat limited. If Kemet was such a regional, powerful philosophy, why aren't we moving globally on it yet? And please, let me.
Okay. Okay. So. Okay. I'm on limited time. Listen. So, one great example of a Kemetic-based community that is actually in the community doing things. You have the Temple of Anu, based in New Jersey. Right? They have a space. They have rituals. Okay. They have regular services. They have members. They do community service. Okay. And when you come there and visit, you're going to find more of that out. Okay? You have with Jabari, he's building his institution because they're a young temple. Okay, so he's out in the community doing his thing. Okay, then you will have like under Infodisha Juhudimes, the Karajuhu Heru Nebu, out in the community. Okay, Baba Heru Ankara Samaj. Now hold on. Now you said globally, give people time to build. Okay, because if someone just starting out, you can't just walk and say, "What are you doing globally?" All right. Okay,
that's enough time.
Can I ask a question?
Okay, just brief on that. 50 years enough time?
To build?
To build, yes.
50 years is enough time to build to a certain point.
I would say
okay. Hold on, to a certain point, I said, yes, sir.